come by and play if you're quite sure no one will hear me and be disturbed?
Of course, absolutely no one will possibly hear. In fact, the house could use some talent like this.
Thank you, Mr. Lawrence.
Of course.
Thank you, Mr. Lawrence. Beth is touched.
I'm obliged to you. I had a little girl like that once, with beautiful blue eyes like hers.
And so we became one large family. Laurie was the brother we never had. And although our free time was filled with our new friend, we still had to return to our daily burdens. Meg and I worked, while Amy continued to drudge off to school in town. Beth was sickly way too often to attend regularly, so she completed her studies at home.
Blast! I'm gonna be late for Aunt March's again, and she's gonna make me stay late to make up for it, that wretched old miser.
Oh, don't use such dreadful expressions.
I like strong words that mean something.
Meg, I'm dreadfully in debt and it won't be my church chapel rag money for a whole month.
In debt, Amy? What do you mean?
I owe at least a dozen limes.
Limes? Are limes the fashion now?
Yes, girls trade them for beads and ribbons. You are nothing if you don't have limes.
Do you learn anything at that school?
I know what it's like to be. I know what it's like to be without little luxuries. You can have my shirt for rag money.
Meg!
You're not destitute yet.
Thank you, Meg. Thank you.
Meg found a job as the governess for the King family. The Kings were wealthy members of society, with two young girls who had more fine things than four of us combined.
Susanna, you know, I got the most presents for Christmas this year. I got a 37. You only got 35.
My 35 were bigger than Heather, and you know it.
Florence, Susanna, enough. Young ladies do not talk about their possessions that way. Now, pay attention, please. We have a great deal of studies to get through.
She started it.
No, I didn't. You started it. I didn't start it. I promise.
It doesn't matter who started it. What matters is are your studies. Now, please quiet down and pick up your slate boards. We're going to practice your sons.
Miss March, why are you wearing the same dress you were last Friday? Don't you have a different one?
Florence, she's poor. Remember, mother said so.
Girls, we are not discussing my dresses. We are discussing your arithmetic.
She's not poor, she just likes that dress. Right, Miss March?
Florence, Susanna, please.
She is poor, remember? Her sister told us to be nice to her after the ball, because she's poor.
She's not poor.
She is too.
It's not!
It's too.
It's not!
It's too.
While Meg dreamed of more luxurious days, I worked for Aunt March as her companion. She was a wealthy old widow who liked to keep her money to herself. The only benefit of working there was getting to see her marvelous library of books.
And the light of his morality shines like the sun after a sinful rainstorm. I think she finally fell asleep. Josephine!
Yes,
Aunt March?
Leave my late husband's books alone and sit back down. I pay you to work for me, not to read for pleasure.
Sorry, Aunt March.
Besides, you're ruining yourself with those books. Those are books that young men should read, and inappropriate for young ladies hoping to find their place in society, or for young ladies hoping to go to Europe someday.
Yes, Aunt March.
You do want to be my traveling companion in Europe someday, don't you?
Yes, I do, Aunt March, very much. I
Because
really...
I can ask some other young women to take to London and Paris and Rome.
I understand, Aunt March.
Very well, Josephine. Let us now continue with Mr. Bellstrom's essays. I think we left off on the essay on perseverance.
Yes, Aunt March.
And Amy still drudged off to school with girls she envied and a teacher she despised.
Amy March, I suppose you still don't have the lines you owe us. As a matter of fact, Jenny Snow, I do have the lines. Wow, they're beautiful. How'd you get them? Don't go near her lines, Sarah. Amy, you might as well throw your lines out in the snow. No one will ever want them. Why not? They must have been donated. Everyone knows the Marches can't afford anything anymore. You take that back, Jenny Snow, or you'll never see another line from me, you wretch. Stop! Mr. Davis is coming.
Good morning, Mr. Davis. Gee, we are just so excited about school today.
Enough, Sarah! You'll not fool me. Now, tell me what is going on here. You'd better not be discussing those disgusting lines you all are trading. You know, I banned them last week.
We weren't, Mr. Davis. Honest, sir.
Honestly, Miss March, you employed the use of an adverb.
Honestly, Mr. Davis. We were judged. She lied. She has a bunch of limes in her bag right now.
Miss March, empty your bag. Is that all?
Yes, Mr. Davis.
Are you sure?
I never lie, sir.
So I see. Now, what I want you to do is to take those disgusting things 2 by 2 and you throw them out into the snow.
All those lovely limes.
Young ladies, you remember what I told you a week ago. Focusing all your time on trading lines for ribbons and beads makes you silly and unfocused girls. I warned each of you that the consequences for such behavior would be severe. I'm sorry it had to come to this, but I never allow my rules to be infringed, and I never break my word. Miss March, hold out your hand.
Mr. Davis, I'm
Your hand, Miss March!
You made me stand on the platform for the rest of the day. He didn't even notice when I ran away. I wish I could go down there and thrash the life out of him.
No, you will do no such thing. I will write him a letter.
Oh, great, that will show him.
Mr. Davis, What right do you have to strike a child? I do not approve of corporal punishment, especially for young girls. This type of discipline does not foster growth and maturity, only fear and shame. Now, Amy, do you think you can study at home like Beth does?
Yes.
I will withdraw Amy from your school.
That's good. I wish all the girls would leave and spoil this stupid school.
Amy, you did deserve punishment for your disobedience. You're coming rather conceited, my dear, and it is about quite time you said them. You have a good many gifts and virtues. Be humble, and people will notice them without you needing to announce them.
I'll try to be better, Marnie, I promise.
Good. Now, Joe, I will need you to help Amy with her schoolwork.
What?
It was no secret in the large household that Amy and I tended to argue, and she was not happy about me being in charge of her education. And I was also less than enthusiastic about giving up my leisure time to make sure she was doing her work. We became increasingly resentful of each other, and our resentments eventually boiled over.
Please let me come with you to the theater. I want to see the Seven Castles.
Amy, you can't go. You're too young.
Besides, Lori only reserved 4 tickets.
Who's the fourth one for?
Boring John Brooke.
Joe.
Maybe we could bring her with us and get her a ticket at the theater?
He wouldn't want her tagging along, Meg. He only invited us. It would be rude to drag her with us. If she goes, I don't go.
Joe March, I am surprised at you. I'm sure Lori are allowed to have Amy there. But Amy, it is rude to invite yourself somewhere where you are not wanted. Next time we will be sure you can come, sweet one.
Besides, you have 5 more assignments to complete. You're incredibly behind on your studies. Get some work done. Oh, and don't worry. We'll tell you all about it.
You'll be sorry for this, Joe March.
Oh, Lori, that was simply stunning. You know, if I didn't want to be a writer, I think I'd go to New York and take the stage.
Oh, you'd be a fantastic actress, Joe. You could play all the parts.
I could, but it was a wonderful show, Lori. Thank you for taking it.
I think we've got a more interesting show coming in now.
I do enjoy the theater, but I prefer the opera. Have you been to an opera, Meg?
No, not yet, but I think I would enjoy one. I just don't think I understand French or Italian well enough to understand what we're doing.
Well, I speak both, so I can translate for you. Besides, it doesn't even matter. The music's just so beautiful. It takes you to a...
Is Meg telling you of our performances?
No. You were an actress, Miss March?
No, just when we were younger, we would...
Meg is being modest. She's a wonderful actress. Reba Ford plays all the time up in the attic.
Joe, I think it is getting late. Thank you again, Lori, and good night, Mr. Brooks.
Good night, Meg.
So holding Mr. Brooks' arm, suddenly that's
It
appropriate?
is perfectly appropriate to accept a gentleman's arm when it is offered to you, Joe.
Marmee, have you seen my manuscript?
No, ask Amy.
Amy, have you seen my manuscript?
No.
You're lying. What have you done with it?
Have scold as much as you like. I haven't seen it, don't care, and don't know where it is.
You know something about it, and you better tell me at once or I'll make you.
I don't care what you say. You'll never see your silly old book again because I've burnt it up.